horror paranormal gaming for a night. I'll be back tomorrow doing horror paranormal gaming. Probably Phasmophobia. I haven't played Phasmophobia in a while, so that's on the docket for tomorrow. Sorry, I'm going live a little late. Work was a bit hectic there at the end, and well, I had to wind down a little bit. Had to wind down a little bit. Had to wind down for certain. Was quite a night tonight at work, so interesting night. Interesting night indeed. So, we're gonna kill, I don't know, are we killing some Germans tonight or killing some allies? I don't know yet. Maybe both. But we're killing people tonight. That's all that matters, I guess. My bloodlust is up a little bit. Bloodlust is up just a bit. At least gaming-wise. At least gaming-wise. Okay, I gotta let some people know that I'm live here, and then we'll get started. Cracked open a beer. I got some water to drink. Really not that hungry after tonight. My stomach's a little bit in knots, but that's okay here. Give me a second, guys, and we'll get we'll get some nice treats tonight here. Gotta get situated before I start. Hope everybody's having a good weekend so far. Mine's been a bit hectic, but not bad. I'm tired, but I'm doing great. Tired, but doing great. Trying to, at least. That's all you can do is try, right? That's all you can do is try. Gotta get my watch hours up. Right. That's all you can do is try. So, I have surpassed the 800 subscriber mark. I am up to like 825 subscribers. It's absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. Again, thank you, everybody. Thank you for that. I truly appreciate the love and support I've been getting. I spent an hour the other day responding to people's comments on YouTube, and it felt wonderful. It really was. The support I've gotten, especially from the paranormal community as well as the gaming community, has just been phenomenal. Spent an hour responding to people on YouTube's comments. It made me feel special. It really did. So, thank you, guys. Thank you. So tonight we're going to be playing some Verdun. Like I said, I streamed a couple of paranormal games in a row, so I figured I'd take a break and go to Verdun since a lot of my followers like to war game. I don't know what squad I'm going to go with. I don't know, should I go German or should I go Allies? I'm thinking Allies again, but I don't think I'm going to go Doughboys. Let's see, maybe the Canadians. I feel like, the Canadians don't have a machine gun. I was hoping to maybe machine gun some people. They don't have a sniper rifle either, so maybe, the Tommies would be good. The Tommies might be good. They're another rifle company. I haven't done a Tommies video yet. The Tommies were the standard British infantry soldier. They're the rifle. They've got the Lewis gun. I haven't played around with the Lewis gun yet. That might be something. Maybe later on here. Maybe the Belgians. Yeah, maybe we'll play with the Belgians a little bit. Yeah, let's go ahead and play with the Belgians tonight. Then maybe switch over to the Tommies again. Let's see here. Shall I go sniper or machine gun? I'm thinking machine gun. I need to spend some time with the machine gunners. Let's go in here. And then maybe switch over to the snipers. So Hotchkiss or Shaw Chat? Let's go Shaw Chat for now. I'm much better with the Shaw Chat. Maybe if it'll let me, I guess. Oh, there we go. There we go. It's a bit glitchy. It's a bit glitchy. It's a bit glitchy. Plus, they got cool top hats. So let's go ahead and go in and start surviving the trenches. Again, guys, I switched up my weekly schedule a little bit. I'll now be going live 4 times a week. Tuesday, Wednesdays, putting out my paranormal vlog entry on Thursdays, then live again Friday, Saturdays. I'm trying to get my watch hours up. I'm getting close to that 1,000 subscriber mark, but I need to get my watch hours up. I get a lot more watch hours with my go lives. Then again, tomorrow I'll be back on paranormal gaming. Hope it didn't freeze on me here. Hope it didn't freeze on me. Oy. Again, I hope everybody's having a good night here. Maybe it did freeze on me. I'll give it a couple of minutes here. I'll give it a couple of minutes. Guy's got a cool looking top hat. Going in with the Shaw Chat. Maybe the Hotchkiss a little later, but I'm a lot better with the Shaw Chat. It's got a slower fire rate. Finish up my beer. Just waiting to get put in a server. If it didn't freeze on me. Had some computer issues, technical difficulties at work tonight. Our server went down. All when everybody decided to come in, all at the same time. That was a pain in my butt. But that's okay. Going to the shooter class. Nope. Just the viewer. Hey, viewer. Just waiting to get put in a server here. My game might have froze on me, so I might have to restart it. Because it's taking forever to get in. Maybe Brent and Amanda and maybe Cal will join us in and talk a little bit. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Hey, what's up, Chowder? Just popping in for a while because I'll sleep soon. Oh, it's nice to see you again, Chowder. I'm waiting to get put in a server here. I'm afraid my game probably froze up. I might have to restart it. Usually doesn't take this long, so I might have to restart it here. Technical difficulties all around tonight. How you doing, Chowder? How you doing? Chowder. Yeah, I think it froze up on me here. I could still do, maybe not so many people on. No, there's actually quite a bit. When I first, there we go. I think there was like over 20 people online, so, on my stream, you're the first one to chime in. It's good to see you, Chowder. It's good to see you. I'm just trying to relax a little bit tonight. Had a long night at work. Just want to post my machine gun up and, well, just fire away at people. Maybe post up on this log a little bit here and just start firing away. Oh, somebody's firing at me already. Oh! I haven't played Verdun in a minute here, so... So how you doing, Chowder? You having a good weekend so far? Is your weekend going good for you? Ooh, I got somebody. Wow, that was just a blind fire there. Oh, doesn't look like anybody's down on this flank, so maybe I'll redeploy here. Maybe I'll redeploy on this little anthill looking thing here. Oh, we got another viewer. Welcome in, chime in, say hi. Just hanging out with Chowder Hamster. Got another one. Mighty Chew Toy. Aha, I got you. I love just putting some music and blasting away on a game. Yeah, sometimes you just need to blow off steam like that. Sometimes you just need to blow off steam like that. Fall back! I'm going to try to get some kills as they come across no man's land here. Oh! At least I got a couple kills out of that. Got another viewer. Say hey, guys. Just hanging out with Chowder here. We're just blasting away, trying to blow off some steam. It's been a night. It's been a long night, but we're doing good. Doing good here. Let's see. Let's post up somewhere here. Where do I need to post up at here to get some good kills? Just to fire away at people. So, seriously, Chowder, how's your weekend going? You having a good weekend? Gotta find a good spot for my machine gun here. There's too many people up here. Let me post up somewhere along. A bit sick today, but still all right. How'd work go? Oh, work was a bit crazy. It was going fine. We had a bunch of people come in. I work at a hotel. I had 126 check-ins, and everything went fine except for the last couple hours. Holy crap! I wasn't paying attention to that one. Our servers decided that it wanted to take a dump on us right when everybody came in at the same time, and that was stressful, but we got through it. We got through it. So I work tomorrow. Tomorrow will be a busy day too. It's the weekend, and there's a bunch of teams and everything. There's like a couple of competitions going on, so it's real busy. But other than that, work's going okay. Work's going okay. I don't know what you do for a living, Chowder. What do you do for a living? Just hang out and play games, or just... Damn! Moneymaker killed me. Came up, popped me right in the face with his pistol. Oh, I hope you're doing okay. You say you're sick. Yeah, it's that time of year. Well, hi there, Miss Polly. The cool thing is I got to meet a cool border collie tonight. Pretty border collie. He was a good boy. I got to pet him. He was happy, jolly. He jumped on me and was like, oh, pet me, pet me, pet me. I love people. I love people. Beautiful border collie. It had a bit different coloring than a regular border collie. It had some speckles in there. He was a happy boy. I got to pet him. So that was a plus at work, was I got to meet a cute border collie. Border collies are one of my favorite dogs. Nothing against you, Polly. I love kitties too. I'm actually a cat person more than anything. But I love my border collies. I've owned border collies in the past, and they're like the smartest dog on this planet. So I got to pet a border collie. I haven't had a border collie in a while, so it's nice to get. Maybe it's full because it's Valentine's week. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why it's full. But there's like a couple of big tournaments going on here in the area, and when the tournaments go on, it's really hard to get a hotel room here. We have a big sports complex here where I'm at, and whenever they have tournaments going on, they fill up the hotels pretty quickly. This area lives and dies by that sort of stuff. We're not a big touristy area. Just trying to get to the trenches here, post up my gun. Maybe I should just run around with my pistol a little bit. But yeah, I know they had like some kind of Valentine's Day special going on, but most of the people are in because of a tournament. I love Border Collies, wanted one, but already had my cat. Also, I'm a cat person too. Yeah, I've been more of a cat person most of my life, to be honest. I've got a dog. I never really bonded. I've bonded with a couple of dogs in my life, but my dog Nico was the first one I truly bonded with. But I've usually been a cat person because they like to curl up on your lap and just purr and purr and purr. Like to purr on your chest. Yeah, like Miss Polly. She likes to wake me up by licking in my ears, and this kind of likes to curl up, stick her ass in my face here. Yeah, Miss Polly. But yeah, Border Collies are a great dog to have. You have to be more active with a Border Collie. They're a dog that needs a job. They're a dog that needs a job. They're the smartest dogs on this planet. They like to be active. They love to train. You know, that's what makes them happy. They're bred for that. Wow, how many cats do you have? I've only got one cat right now. And it's really not my cat, but she kind of adopted me. So I take care of her. But I might be moving out here in April or May. I don't know if Miss Polly will be coming with me or not. But where I'm moving, they have got a couple of other cats. Be nice if I could actually get to the trench line and get some kills. I've owned at one point though. I've owned like 3 cats at one time. Owned 2 or 3 dogs at one time. Border Collies and Pit Bulls. Hey, I finally got a kill before they took me out. Holy crap. At least I got a headshot on that guy. There's a lot of people online tonight on Verdun. That's a good thing, right? That Border Collie tonight was really cute. The owner was really cute, too. Well, let's see here. Whoop. Chowder. Whoop, 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 whoop. I love playing game, but I gotta focus on college. Oh, you're in college? Where do you go to college? And what's your major? That Border Collie and owner was the best of your day. Yes, truly, that Border Collie and her owner and his owner were the best part of my day. She was actually really sweet, real cute too. She was in visiting her sister. Sister was in residency here. I talked with her quite a bit. That's the one thing about doing what I do. I get to meet and talk to a lot of interesting people. But yeah, that was pretty much the highlight of my day, meeting her and getting to pet the Border Collie. So far, studying criminal justice to become a detective. Well, that's cool. That's cool. That's pretty cool. I'm big into the justice system. My dad worked as a police dispatcher for many moons, and I grew up around a lot of police officers. And despite my bleeding liberalness, I support the boys in blue. We'll post up right here. Maybe I can get some kills. Maybe. Yeah. Well, that's cool. Being a detective. I actually knew a couple of detectives growing up. Well, they were some of the toughest people I knew. A couple of them went undercover. Scary stuff. My dad always said that, being a police officer was like patrolling. Well, I mean, I grew. I'm 40, so I don't know how many of you remember, the Iraq and Afghanistan war, but he always described being a police officer as patrolling, bombed out, war torn Baghdad for 20 years and never getting a break. So I really support the boys in blue and the criminal justice system. My stepmom works for an attorney, and they really try to do good for people, despite what some people think about lawyers. Gotta find a good spot to post. Ooh, I might get some kills here. Oh, I got a piece of somebody. But I don't know what part of like what kind of detective you want to be, Chowder. How those detectives you knew like their job? They loved their job. Some of them they went undercover. They went undercover, and like to do stuff like that, to go undercover and everything, you have to like what you do. You have to like what you do. It's one of the most dangerous jobs of being a detective and an undercover cop. They loved it. It was extremely dangerous, but they loved it. They loved being able to help people. I actually knew a detective that sadly took his own life because of some of the jobs he had. So that's one of the things that doesn't get talked about. He had a couple of cases where a couple of kids were in danger and were getting hurt big time, and he ended up killing himself because of the caseload he had. But outside of that, you have to love your job to be a detective. You have to be good at what you do to be a detective. And those guys truly, like, outside of like World War II veterans and like the detectives are my heroes. So World War II veterans, Vietnam veterans, and detectives, are my heroes because of what they do. I don't know what kind of detective you want to be, Chowder, but like some of the criminal justice stuff that I like, I'm really big into cold cases. I really like cold cases stuff. One of my favorite shows is called Cold Justice. And because, some people have had cold cases for 20 plus years. And those families don't ever get closure on what happened to their family members or their friends and everything. So I'm really big into the the cold cases. A good show to watch is called Cold Justice. Yeah, some of those detectives I grew up with, those guys were my heroes for the kind of stuff they did and what they went through. Like I said, I sadly knew a man that took his life because of some of the stuff he went through and saw being a detective. And those guys don't get enough recognition, and you don't really know what some of those detectives go through. Most of those cold cases don't get solved because of the technology back then. I know. I watched. It might have been Forensic Files or a Cold Justice episode where it was set back in the 80s, and the woman was trying to find a payphone to call for help because her car was abandoned and everything, and if she would have had a cell phone, she never would have been, captured and killed. It's like we take stuff like that for granted today's. If we get our car abandoned, our car breaks down, and we have a cell phone to call somebody. Well, back in the 80s, they didn't have cell phones, and somebody picked her up on the side of the highway, trying, posed as a good Samaritan, and then killed her. So it's like how many cold cases back then just for that? If they would have had cell phones in the 80s, how many lives could have been saved? Type of stuff. And what's crazy to think about in my lifetime, like I said, I'm 40. In my lifetime, standard police procedure has only been a thing since 1995. And that all was because of the O.J. Simpson case, because, they just had people walking all around like, oh my God, we're in O.J. Simpson's house type of thing. And they didn't really have a standard procedure, or what they had wasn't good enough. And it's weird to think that in my lifetime, it's only been since the mid 90s that they've had a good, police standard procedure on criminal justice stuff, like crime scenes and everything. It's really crazy to think about. Absolutely crazy to think about. And the technology that's come out since the mid 90s about doing DNA and all kinds of everything has been absolutely crazy. So I'm a big supporter of the justice system and detectives and everything. They get bad raps because of some of the stuff that happens, because there's bad apples in every group. You know what I mean? There's bad apples in every group, but most of the criminal justice system are decent people that just want to help people. Okay, I gotta take a quick potty break, guys. Sorry, I drank a beer, now it's gone through me. Give me a second, I'll be right back. Oh, sorry about that. You got me on a tangent about justice and cold cases and everything, and that's, like I said, that's one of my favorite things to watch and talk about. Like I said, I grew up. My dad was actually, I think, a union steward for the local police department at one time. He worked there for 10 or 15 years, and he was a police dispatcher. And the police dispatchers don't get any love either. They don't really get any recognition except for that show, Rescue 911. But some of the calls that he told me that he took were absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. So those guys deal with a lot too, So it's not just the police in the justice system. It's not just the lawyers in the justice system that deserve to get recognition. It's also the people that support the lawyers, the people that support the police, like the police dispatchers and the crime scene investigators that come in after somebody's been killed to do clues or find clues or find trace evidence or whatnot, that also deserve a lot of recognition in the criminal justice system. I love to hear your stories about criminal justice, especially that. Oh, well, boy, I could help you with anything. Like I said, my dad would tell me stories about being a police dispatcher. And like I said, some of the stories he told me about some of the calls he took were, well, horror stories, if you think about it. I know one time he took a call from a man. Him and his son were going after a man that had raped his daughter and his son was beating the guy with a hammer and ended up killing the guy. You know, and it was the man had raped this dude's daughter, and his son was beating this guy to death with a hammer, and he had to sit there and listen to it. You know, he would take calls from people that were calling and saying, "I'm going to kill myself. I just want you guys to know so you guys can come and find me so my kids don't come and find me." And one call he took, and I know this affected my dad big time. This guy called and said, "I'm wrapping myself up in cellophane and I'm going to shoot myself so you guys don't have to clean it up." So they sent the cops over there, and they didn't get there in time, and the man had killed himself wrapped up in cellophane, so they didn't have to clean it up. You know, so it's calls like that police dispatchers have to deal with. You know, and they have to be counselors in themselves when, you know, they don't have psychology degrees or anything. You know, so it's not just police that should get the recognition. It should be the support people like police dispatchers that send cops out on some of these calls. You know, so anyway, it's I'm kind of passionate about it. You know, I am very passionate about it actually. But like I said, I grew up with a lot of police friends. Because they were my dad's buddies. But yeah. So it's cool to know that you're going and getting a criminal justice degree. It's cool to know that you're going and getting a criminal justice degree. You know, like I said, I'm really big into cold cases because I believe families deserve to get closure on what's happened to family members. And I think, like, watching cold justice, it's only like 1% of cold cases ever get solved. You know, and there's like a lot of rape cases out there in this country that, you know, a lot of police departments don't have the funding to be able to send rape kits out to get processed. So they sit on a shelf until they can get funding to be able to send them out to get processed. You know, how many bad guys could get taken off the streets, and how many rape victims could get help and closure off of just being able to send a rape kit off to a lab to get processed, to find out, you know, what DNA or trace evidence was on the person, man or woman. You know, and it's stuff like that where, you know, big cities have, you know, some of them don't have the funds to be able to process these things. And they just get put on a shelf for later until they get the funding or until somebody really cares. You know, so it's like, you know, I don't know. I know I'm kind of on my soapbox again tonight. But, you know, I just hear stories like that. I heard stories like that growing up and watching some shows, and it's like, man, that just doesn't seem right. We're the richest country on this planet. And people's rape kits sit on a shelf until a city or a local community has the funds to be able to process their rape kit to find the rapist. You know, that just doesn't seem right to me. It just doesn't seem right to me. You know, I get, like I said, I'm actually a bleeding heart liberal, but when people talked about defunding the police, that's like the last thing you want to do. Maybe reallocate your police funds, but never defund the police. That's what anarchists want you to do. But anyway, you know, but it's like, okay, I live in Illinois. I live 3.5 hours from Chicago. Chicago isn't the richest city in the world. It's pretty blue collar, and it's pretty poor. You know, it doesn't have the money or the glitz or glamour like New York City. You know, so it's like there's so many unsolved cases in Chicago alone because they just don't have the funding. You know, how many cold cases could be solved if they just had funding or somebody that could really dedicate their time? That's why I like watching the show Cold Justice, because you know, they've got 2 or 3 people that that's all they do is go around the country and solve cold cases. You know, so it's just a feel good type of thing. You know, they really go into communities for black, white, brown people to solve and find what happened to their loved ones. You know, it's a good show to watch. It's a good show to watch. It's a good show to watch. Kelly Ziegler. Sorry, I was like, man, I totally drew a blank on who it was. It's Kelly Ziegler. She was she was a prosecutor in Texas, and she basically retired, and she goes around the country and tries to help solve cold cases. And she's got regular detectives on there that dedicate themselves to help solve cold cases. It's a wonderful show. So if you ever get a shot, check that out, especially if you're into cold cases like I am. But one of the people, I can't remember what her name was. It was like the very first few seasons. They actually based the show, I think, CSI off of her, and I can't remember what her name is. I'm going to have to Google that, too. I'm going to have to Google that. Give me a second here. Cold Justice. Here, I can find that name. But they like, she was so big into, like, criminal investigations and everything that they based a show. Yolanda McCleary. Yolanda McCleary, she's the one that they like based the show CSI off of. So I mean, that's Dick Wolf produced it. But yeah, sorry, I got on my soapbox there. I got on my soapbox again. I tend to do that sometimes. I get to be a little bit righteous sometimes, right? You're allowed to be a little righteous sometimes. You're a little, yeah. Well, anyway, not paying too much about the game here. Talking border collies, cute women, cold justice, and drinking a beer. Nothing wrong with that on a Friday night. Got a couple of more viewers in there. Nice to see you all. Come in, say hi. I'm talking with Chowder Hamster. Chowder's getting their degree. I don't know if Chowder's a man or a woman, but they're getting their degree in criminal justice. So we were talking a little bit about criminal justice. And shooting some Germans. Not doing a very good job at shooting Germans, but I'm shooting Germans. Oh. I popped up on that guy. Hey, Cold Justice still making it? Yes, they are. They are still making episodes. Actually, I think the newest season started a couple of months ago. So I think there's like 8 or 9 seasons total. Some of them have been very meaningful, very impactful watching them. I mean, there's been a couple of times where I'm like, oh my God, I'm choking up a little bit. Then, you know, they do like follow-ups. Kelly Ziegler does follow-ups on some of the cases, and it's kind of cool to hear, you know, some of the follow-ups. But yeah, there's like 8 or 9 seasons. I think season this newest season started like 3 or 4 months ago. But check it out. There we go. Looked it up. It's 8 seasons with like 131. Yeah, it's a that's how good of a show it is, Chowder. That's how good of a show it is. I mean, she really goes around and does good things and really helps. Alex Stafford, nice to see you, buddy. Thanks for chiming in. I was sick as a dog for 2 to 3 days, wailing in bed and fainted like 5 times while trying to get up. If it wasn't for opioid painkillers, I think I would have actually died from RSV. It's like the flu. Ugh, gross. Gross. Oh, I guess we changed squads here. Okay. That's not good. That's not good. Hope you're obviously doing better there, Mr. Stafford. You're obviously doing better there. I guess I'm switching roles here. I don't even know what squad I'm on here. It's that time of year. Sorry you were so sick. But we're just hanging out, shooting some Germans, drinking a beer, talking about border collies, pretty women, and talking about justice. Yeah, the highlight of my night was actually really getting to meet that border collie and that border collie's owner. She was cute and sweet. My 2 cats also helped by keeping me warm and spiritually safe. They're really effective in keeping demonic hauntings at bay. Yeah, you're big into the paranormal. I've got a bunch of paranormal videos that you can go watch. Hope you're feeling a lot better now, but what virus did you have? Well, RSV's a virus, isn't it? A couple of people around me seem a little snuffy, so heads up at work. Yeah, it was a pretty crazy night at work there, Cal. It was a pretty crazy night. I was doing okay until the frickin' servers went down on me, and then everybody tried to come in at once. So yeah, Brandon actually had to come in and help out, but sticking my head up over the parapet here. I'm going to get shot. My 2 cats also help me by keeping me warm. Yeah, if you're real big into the paranormal, Cal, I make paranormal vlog entries every week. I got a few entries that you can go check out. I'm starting to post those on Thursdays now. I actually have been paranormal horror gaming. I'm taking a break because I've done that the last couple of nights. I decided to go back and play some Verdun for my wargaming friends. Oh. Getting my butt handed to me. Oh shoot, the power flickered a few times in the kitchen. Oh yeah, well, Nick was working, and he was saying that they could smell like a really like burnt smell, and it was getting worse and worse electrical smell. So he was going around trying to figure out what was going on there, and then the servers went down. The servers were messed up all day, really. So that's probably what the deal is. Man, I missed that last paranormal live. Yeah, I haven't actually gone live yet with the paranormal. That's something I'm working on. I haven't gone live with the paranormal yet, but again, I'm working on that. Respiratory sinus virus. My whole family had it, but at least they were vaccinated, so I didn't almost kill them. Well, that's good. Yeah, near the bar, we smelled that. Yeah, I know they when I left work, Brandon was going to pick up Todd to bring him in to figure out what was going on. So they were bringing in the head of maintenance to figure out what was going on. So I know they're going to be working on it tomorrow too. So I know it was a pain in my ass, let me tell you. My lord, it was a pain. Have you watched some of my paranormal stuff yet, Chowder? I'm guessing you've probably seen a little bit of it. Like I said, I'm posting every week. Last video was fairly decent. I'm working on my next one. I feel better thanks to my mom, the pharmacy, and street pharmacist. Street pharmacist. Got 7 viewers. Hey guys, chime in, say hey, talk about the paranormal, talk about gaming, talk about justice, talk about border collies and beautiful women. That's what we're doing tonight. Lord Toad. Anyway, to get better is valid. Yes. Any way to get better, except for maybe, drugs that can actually, get you hooked on stuff. Alex must be live in the Philippines. Philippines. That's one place I haven't been. I've never been to the Philippines. Knew somebody that lived in the Philippines one time. I typically, when I travel overseas, it's to Europe. Philippines. Chowda. You got that right? Yeah. I'm gonna run around. Oh! Of course, I get stuck in barbed wire. Imagine that. So, do you work tomorrow, Cal? Do you work tomorrow? No, it's gonna be another busy one tomorrow. I watched some of your paranormal shorts. Loved it. Yeah. I've been putting out a lot of paranormal shorts lately. I'm trying to get my views up on my shorts to get more exposure. You can get a lot more if you watch my videos, though. I go into a lot more detail on my videos. I think my next paranormal video is going to be mostly questions that people have asked me, and stuff a little bit more about my beliefs. And I should have thrown my grenade. That was stupid. Because I've had actually a couple of really good questions about stuff that people have left on my videos, and I'm like, I should probably make a video on that. Comrade is the place near Chernobyl, but a little prettier and less radioactive. Radioactive. Hey, Chowder, was there anything specific you liked about my paranormal videos? I'd love to hear a little bit of feedback. That's what helps me make those videos. So, Chowder, if you have any recommendations, or tell me what you liked about them, or what you didn't like about them. I'd love to hear your opinion on it. If you think I should add something to my paranormal videos, I'd love to hear it. Fortuna. Hope I get to see that border collie again tomorrow. Thinking about border collies now. I haven't owned a border collie in years. The border collie that I saw tonight was like almost looked like an Australian Shepherd, and I was like, "Is that an Australian Shepherd?" Because of the coloring on it, coloring of an Australian Shepherd. But the owner, she was like, "No, it's a border collie. It's just different colored." Thought it was nice you were confident and that you knew about some other people coming on news just to get made fun of, but the way you described it was more sincere. Yeah, I take my paranormal stuff extremely seriously. I take my paranormal and clairvoyancy extremely seriously. It's very personal to me. It's very, very, very personal to me, you know. And I think more people need to take the paranormal seriously because a lot of people watch these shows, and some of these shows are great shows, and some of it's real, but a lot of it's for entertainment. And I think it gets people away from the fact that the paranormal is real. It can hurt you. It can help you. I mean, because I've had both negative and positive experiences with the paranormal. And so, you know, more and more people need to be more sincere about it. I mean, it's always, like I said, I'm 40. In the last 34 years, I've tried to keep it legitimate and keep it sincere. And, you know, one of the reasons why I'm just now really bringing my stuff public is because, you know, I was worried about my paranormal and spiritual beliefs getting torn down and teared down by people, you know, and it's like, well, I know it's genuine, I know it's real, so why would I care, you know? So one of the things I hate about like psychics today and other clairvoyants is they have that crystal ball stigma attached to them. And I get so tired of these new age psychics and clairvoyants that make real, genuine clairvoyants like myself, they give them a bad name, and we get this stupid crystal ball stigma attached to us. And I'm sick and tired of it. So that's why I really try to, you know, be serious about my paranormal and clairvoyance. And that's why I really try to keep it legitimate, to break that crystal ball stigma. So thank you for bringing that up. It's so nice to meet a gamer streamer who is actually older than me. Usually I'm the one being called uncle or grandpa. Yeah, I just turned 40. I turned 40 in November. I'm an old man. I got gray hairs. Haha, I've heard my friends say unk, but it's just so weird to me. Yeah. But, yeah, sorry, I kind of got on my soapbox again there. You know, like I said, for the longest time, I was like, I don't need my paranormal and clairvoyance to be torn down just because somebody's a stupid non-believer. But it's like, well, you know how it is. Because I take it that personally, and that it's just that personal to me. Nobody really gets that unless you're a clairvoyant and whatnot. And see, that's the other thing, and I plan to talk about this on a video soon here, is that oh shoot, frickin' Flammenwerfer, everybody over there. One of the things I'll talk about in a recent video is that I prefer being called a clairvoyant over a psychic. Because psychic, once people hear that word psychic, they think instantly crystal ball. They think instantly crystal ball, and I'm sick and tired of that stupid crystal ball stigma, because it makes people think every paranormal person or every clairvoyant or psychic medium is a kook, and we're not. Hint, hint. I was born only 2 years after the Soviet Union fell. I was not a fun time to be a child, starving my ass off, my single Russian mom. I guess most people are afraid to believe the paranormal is real, which is stupid, because the paranormal is real. And the other thing I don't get is some like really religious people that don't believe in the paranormal. It's like, it proves there's an afterlife. It proves there's an afterlife. So why are you so against it? So that means you were born in what, 95 there, Mr. Stafford? 95? Single Russian mom. I bet that was tough. Yep. or they're afraid of being labeled as crazy or delusional. Yeah, that's the other stigma about, clairvoyance and whatnot. They get that label of delusional or paranoid, and it's like, you know what, I again, that's one of the reasons why I've kind of shied away from going more public about my clairvoyance and everything, is because, I know it's real. I don't need people tearing it down constantly, but now that I'm older, I can handle that better. I can handle that better, and I'm way better about it than I was. I got really big into my clairvoyance and paranormal stuff back in my 20s, but I had a couple of really negative paranormal experiences happen. That's why I shied away from it. As well as that, I'm tired of people tearing it down type of thing. But again, I'm older and a little bit, well, at least I think I'm a little bit tougher now, but maybe I'm not. But, I get sick and tired, especially of some really ultra religious people that are like, oh, you're a paranoid, schizophrenic, blah, blah, blah. When it's like, when clairvoyants prove the afterlife is real, people say, say your Christian beliefs or Buddhist beliefs or whatever kind of afterlife belief is nothing but a fairy tale, and then you sit here and make fun of a clairvoyant or say a clairvoyant's delusional when they prove the afterlife is real, So it's like, seriously. Sorry, I got on my soapbox again. Sometimes I almost wish most people had paranormal or demonic experiences just so I wouldn't be labeled as a wacko or just another crazy drug addict. Yeah, I wish more people had paranormal experiences and whatnot. I think we're all a little sensitive. We're all a little sensitive. We all have some kind of sensitivity. And we all have a little bit of clairvoyance to us. It's just how in tune we are. It's just how in tune we are. And more people are just more sensitive. Some people are just more sensitive to it, like myself. But you can always be a little more sensitive to it by just being a little more open-minded. Being a little more open-minded about it. And I've talked to a few skeptics, people that just do not believe. And it's like, what I tell them? I tell them is it's good that we have skeptics. It's good that we have people that don't believe, whether I like it or not, because it keeps the hokey, kooky fakes at bay. So, I mean, if you're a skeptic, I say, you know what, good for you. That's a good thing, because it does keep the people that take advantage of others or take advantage of, people's vulnerabilities, because a lot of people, when they sit down with a psychic reading or something, they're vulnerable. They want to talk to their loved ones. And so it's good that we do have skeptics and non-believers just to keep the fake, hokey people at bay. It's just, it really makes the fake hokey people really make it hard for the actually true, genuine clairvoyants. It makes it so much harder. That's why, you might be a skeptic, but I'm okay with skeptics just for that. Sometimes I almost wish most people, I've heard my father and his mother say that, hold on a second here. I missed somebody. I've heard my father and his mother said that they had a couple breeze past them, smell like my father's dead. Oh yeah. I've had a few paranormal smells like that happen. That's very paranormal. If you smell like a loved one's perfume or cologne when you're by yourself, that means that they're with you. That means that they're with you. That means that they're watching out over you. That's one of the fun things about clairvoyant. You don't even have to be clairvoyant to experience that, so. Man, that beer went through me. I got to use the restroom again, guys. I'll be back in a second. Oh, okay, back at it. Sorry about that, guys. Let's see. Yikes, could be a demon impersonating him. That's actually, yeah. I mean, I've never experienced a demon impersonating anybody. I, now with my clairvoyance, I can only tell you what I've experienced. Do I think there's demons? No. I don't think there's the demons that you all think we have. There's no demons like we have on TV. There's no horned little devils riding around. There's good and there's evil. There's extremely evil. And I've dealt with extremely evil. And I've dealt with extremely positive. So, personally, I don't think there's demons. Demons are just made up by Hollywood for good entertainment. And there's nothing wrong with that. People can believe there's demons like that. But with my experiences, I've only dealt with extremely evil, negative energy. You know, you see some of these shows that have these weird looking creatures that run around. I can tell you by my experiences, I've never dealt with anything like that. Maybe others have that are genuine, but I haven't. Now, if you want to call somebody's negative evil energy a demon, you know, I'm not going to fault you for that. I'm not going to fault you for that because, you know, they're just that evil. You know, so if you believe in demons, I'm not going to sit here and hate on you for it. You know, because there's just that much negative, evil energy in this world. It's just I have never seen some little horned little devil running around or some weird looking creature like you see on some of these shows. Maybe I could throw my grenade. Throw my grenade. Demons are usually associated with foul smells, but also pungent, sweet smells. Oh, I've heard about the foul smells. I've heard about the foul smells, but I've never heard about also pungent, sweet smells. I'm not quite sure. I believe that, but maybe I'd have to think more on that. But sweet, pungent smells. I've truly never heard that one. Good topics tonight, guys. Good topics tonight. Great topics. Great topics tonight. As I try to aim and, well, take a 7-round clip and shoot 6 times and hit him once. But also pungent smells. That's a new one, Alex. That's a new one. But that's a new one. I'll have to look more into that. Again, when it's come to like evil energy and everything, I've never dealt with the actual smells with the evil energies. When it comes to my clairvoyance is mostly energy based. I feel the energies around me. And I feel whether somebody's a negative spirit or entity, and so on and so on. So I've not heard that one. I'll have to look more into that one. I'm doing much better now. Thanks, bro. Yep. One of my next vlog entries is going to be about a couple of negative experiences I've had. I was thinking about doing a follow-up video to my last one because I've got so many questions from people that I can make just one solid video entry just off of people's questions. But the next a couple of experiences I plan on talking about are my more negative ones, and I want to do that episode really, really well. One of them I could just make a whole episode off of. So I'm trying to figure out and do it right. And I'm really trying to prepare for those. Because, like I said, a couple of them I could make just one episode just off of that one experience. Bop, bop. Ooh. Might fall asleep to your live again. That's okay, Chowder. That's okay. If you fall asleep to my live, that's fine. Or if you don't want to fall asleep yet, you can just keep on talking and we'll keep you awake. But if you fall asleep to my live, you can do that. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Especially if you've been sick. Hey, Amanda, what's going on? How are you doing, Amanda? Wondered if you or Brent would hop on here. Got a few viewers out there. We're having some great discussions tonight, Amanda. You've really missed out on some great discussions. We're talking about border collies, cute border collie owners, talking about the paranormal. We're talking about criminal justice and cold cases. We got a lot of fun stuff going on tonight. I'll be sure to check out your paranormal videos. Also, do you play Silent Hill? Yeah, check out my paranormal videos. I was posting on Mondays, but I'm moving it to Thursdays now because I read that it's good to post vlog entries on Wednesdays and Thursdays. Silent Hill. I've never heard of Silent Hill. I would love to hear about it. I'm not loved. I'm not liked. I'm just fucking here. Oh, well. Excuse my language, but yeah. You're here, Amanda. You're here, and you can talk with us and hang out. Like I said, we've been discussing some really cool stuff tonight. Like I said, border collies, cute border collie owners, paranormal, criminal justice. It's been a fun night tonight. Cletus. I was killed by Cletus! He compares everything. Oh, yeah, most guys do. So, Mr. Stafford, I'm calling you Mr. Stafford just because I like calling you Mr. Stafford. What? Can you tell me what Silent Hill is? I've never heard of that game, or obviously, since I've never heard of it, I've never played it. So I'm always looking for good gaming recommendations. I've mostly been a war gamer most of my life. But if there's like good paranormal horror games to play, let me know. I'd love to hear more about some of the games people play. I'm just kind of running around with a pistol.
Hold the line! Hold the line!
I try to be most people's friend, Amanda. I know every time I talk about stuff with him, he's never really said anything negative about you. It's always been positive. Wonder if Chowder passed out. Great stream tonight, guys. Great stream tonight. More talking and, well, I mean, it's fun to game, but it's fun to talk, too. So we're having a lot of fun tonight on this stream. Two single friends? What now? I don't deserve... I'm not quite sure what you're talking about, Amanda. I'm not quite sure what you're talking about there, honey. Whoa. Whoa. Oh, oh. Wow. Whoa. If anybody else has any paranormal questions, please ask. I'll answer to the best of my ability. Nah, don't worry. They were prescription medications, basically the same class of drugs that the doctors already prescribed to me. Oh, well. Yeah, you still have to watch out for the prescription stuff, though. You still have to watch out with the prescription stuff too, though. But hey, man, as long as they helped you get better, though, right? You're not ruining my stream, Amanda. You're not ruining my stream. We're just talking about all kinds of fun stuff tonight.
We're not giving it.
I said, talking about cute border collie owners, border collies, paranormal stuff. Talking about criminal justice and cold cases, and Chowder Hamster's getting their degree in criminal justice to be a detective. I thought that was really cool. I thought that was really cool. So we're talking about cool stuff. Talking about cool stuff. Well, I mean, don't be so negative, Amanda. Talk about cool stuff with us. Is there a cool topic you want to talk about, Amanda? Oh, that's too bad, Amanda. That's too bad. So, Mr. Stafford, Mr. Stafford, you said something about the game Silent Hill. I don't know what the game Silent Hill is. I'd love to hear about it if you got a minute to talk about what Silent Hill is. Getting my ass handed to me here at Fort Dumont. Fort Dumont. Oh, I gotta put my gas mask on. Again, if anybody has any paranormal questions or questions about my clairvoyancy, or if you've had paranormal experiences yourself, if you've had paranormal experiences yourself, I'd love to hear them. I'd love to hear. I love it when people talk about their own paranormal experiences. That's one of the fun things about talking about my clairvoyance and paranormal experiences that I've enjoyed is I get to hear others' experiences. Headshot. I am a go, though. He's going to think turning you against him. I'm just saying, in live, I'm some of those, but what? Good stream tonight, guys. Good stream tonight. Especially after a long, crazy day at work. Especially after a long, crazy day at work.
This ain't over.
Most time in no man's land. Got my ass handed to me in no man's land there. I don't even know what squad I am. Just been running around with the pistol. Maybe I should change squads. Going to the Argonne. Going to the Argonne. running around with the pistol again. What squad am I? I don't even know what squad I am. Oh, I'm a doughboy. Oh, well, maybe I'll switch to the rifleman or gunner. Maybe I'll switch to the gunner. Switch to the Shaw Chat. The crystal ball crap gives real paranormal. It does. It does. It does, Mr. Stafford. Like I've said before, for the last 34 years, I've really tried to keep my paranormal and clairvoyancy legitimate. And I take it extremely seriously. Just to break that crystal ball stigma. You know, that's why I hate some of these. I had somebody say these new age psychics, you know, really play into that crystal ball stigma. And I was thinking more on that. And I don't know, maybe they do it because it's entertainment value. I don't know. But it really hinders, you know, the people that are genuine. And I get so tired of these crystal ball, you know, new age, and some of them aren't even new age, but these people that play into that crystal ball stereotype. It's like, stop with the crystal ball stuff. Because it gives legitimate people with the clairvoyance and paranormal experiences a bad name. You know, I'm guessing some of the people that you see on TV, some of these new age people, some of the, you know, you see some of these psychic ladies that are on TV that have this big poofy hair or really crazy personality. It's like that's got to be mostly for entertainment because people watch it and think it's either ridiculous or they think they relate or something. I don't know, but it hurts genuine clairvoyance. So thanks for bringing that up, Alex. Thanks for bringing that up. Born in late 93, huh? Yeah. Born in late 93. That was right after the fall of the wall, wasn't it? My dad was in the Air Force during the Cold War in the 80s, and he would tell me all kinds of stories about, you know, serving in the Air Force during the Cold War and how crazy it actually got at times. How we almost went to war with Russia time and time again, and, you know, people here in the States didn't have a clue on it. My dad told me a story one time when he was stationed in Germany that we were so close to going to war with Russia, they had Air Force pilots on the runway with tactical nuclear weapons under their wings, just waiting for the president to say, go in and start firing these tactical nuclear weapons at the Russians. They were on the runway waiting for the president to give the signal to go to drop these tactical nuclear weapons. That's how close to nuclear war that we were in the 80s with the Russians. Well, thank you, Amanda. I appreciate that. You know, my father would tell me stories about serving in Germany during the Cold War. About my father was a security officer or a security forces in the Air Force. He guarded tactical nuclear weapons during his time in the Air Force. And he would tell me that they would have East Germans spying on him. He lived in a place called the Bulka Kaserne where the enlisted would you know, house. And how the East Germans had set up a spy network outside of the Bulka Kaserne where they lived, and they spied on them every night. Well, I went flying through the air there. And, you know, they actually caught an East German spy one time, and the CIA came in and took this East German spy, and they never saw the guy again. They didn't even know what happened to him. You know, my dad, like I said, was security forces in the Air Force, and he served on a German Air Force base. There was only like 4 or 5 Americans on this German Air Force base, and they were all security. They were all security forces. And he said that they had permission by the U.S. government if we went to war with Russia. And if they suspected any of the German pilots, were East German or communists, that they had permission to kill the German pilots. You know, that's how serious the Cold War was. That's how serious the Cold War was. And people here in the States don't realize how serious and how close to war we actually were. I agree with the whole religious people who call me delusional, like the prison chaplain who said that I was just hallucinating. Like, what the hell? You're supposed to be a believer. Yeah, exactly, Mr. Stafford. What experiences have you had? What experiences have you had? It's good to talk about your experiences. I found with writing my book and making my vlog entries, it's actually very therapeutic to talk about your paranormal experiences. You know, I'm not going to judge you. I'm not going to judge you. Even if I don't believe necessarily what you talk about, you know, I'm not going to judge you for it, because we all experience the paranormal in different ways. Just because I experience the paranormal in my way doesn't mean that's the way that you experience the paranormal, or how your clairvoyancy is experienced. So talk about your experiences and what you've gone through. You know, I had a guy the other day make a comment about Sasquatches. Now, I don't believe in Sasquatches, but I know a lot of people in the paranormal community do. A lot of people in the paranormal community do, you know, so it's, you know, maybe just because I haven't experienced a Sasquatch doesn't mean that, you know, he hasn't. Hey, you are in a bad mood. I don't think anyone here hates you. Yeah, Amanda, nobody here hates you. I mean, it's just one of those nights for you, honey. See, Mr. Stafford, it's a good person to talk to. Got a headshot on that guy. So yeah, Alex Stafford, don't be afraid to talk about your experience. This is a judge-free zone, buddy. I try not to judge people. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's hard not to judge people, but you're not going to get judged here with your paranormal experiences. At least not from me. At least not from me. It's always good to talk about your paranormal experiences. Like I said, I have found talking more and more about my paranormal and clairvoyant experiences, it's actually helped me and made me feel better. Man, maybe I should switch to being a rifleman here. I haven't been using my shot chat at all. Let's go ahead and switch to the M1970. So, Alex, did you grow up here in the U.S. or did you grow up in Russia or the Ukraine or in Eastern Europe? I know you said you had a Russian mother. I have a German mother. My mother was born and raised in Duisburg, Germany, so I understand. And she was a single mother. She was a single mother. My Muti grew up in the ruins of Duisburg, or at least her brothers and sisters did. Talk about growing up in hardship, growing up in Germany after the war. Both wars, World War I and World War II. I could tell you stories from my family on both wars. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum.
Get out, strange run. Go! Go! We're not giving this up without a fight. Well done. Hold your ground.
Well, demons are basically a different word for evil, negative. Oh yeah, yeah, I agree. Have you dealt with demons then, Alex? Have you dealt with demons? Have you experienced or had experiences with demons? I personally have dealt with very negative in entities. Very negative entities. One of the reasons why I took a step back from the paranormal and my clairvoyancy was because of a negative experience I had in Savannah, Georgia. Bum bum ba-dum bum bum ba ba bum ba-dum bum ba-dum bum ba-dum bum ba. Oop. At least I got a couple of kills out of that. So I guess another question I have for you, Mr. Stafford, is what do you think demons are? Do you think demons are, like I say, like just negative energy, or do you think they're they're little horned little bastards that run around? Maybe that's a different question to ask. Maybe demons look different. Obviously, demons look different to me. What do demons look like to you? Shot between that guy's legs. Maybe I can get a headshot. Headshot. Oops, I shot my own person in the head there. Oops. Oh, I had to reload. Great live stream tonight, guys. Great live stream tonight.
Let's smoke them out.
Let's see. Whoop. Gotta run up here to this trench. Ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba. Pop up here. If I can get some kills from here. Maybe I should switch to a sniper. Maybe I should switch to the sniper. Fook. I've seen demons, but it didn't have horns. It was just dark, hooded, black, humanoid shaped. It growled at me after I tried to get rid of it with salting my apartment. That's scary. That's actually very scary. A dark, hooded, black humanoid shape. Yeah. Yeah, that's scary. That's very scary. And maybe, again, I've not experienced this. But maybe this black hooded demon, maybe they can morph into horned demons, and maybe they were just that kind of person in the real world after they've died that they take on shapes like that. Again, I've not experienced that. But obviously you have. Is that the only demon you've ever seen? You know, I've heard and read about what people conceive demons to be, taking human shape or morphing into children and all of that. But again, I've never experienced that. So again, I can only go off of what I've experienced.
We're not giving this up without a fight.
It was quite terrifying, but after I adopted my two cats, the negative energy actively reduced by 90%. Really? Now that's fascinating. Now I know, you know, animals can help protect you. And animals, cats, dogs, they're very susceptible to the paranormal. That's good that after you adopted your two cats that it reduced your the negative energy. You know, so sometimes I believe some people can they can be so negative, or they open themselves up to the negative energies and everything. That sort of thing happens, you know, but they add one little positive thing, and the negative tends to die down. You know, there's so many unexplained things paranormally. There's so many unexplained things. You know, again, I can only tell you what I've experienced. You know, actively reduced 90%. You know, that's one way to combat negative energies or negative entities, is to add more positivity. Negative entities feed off of more negativity. You know, that's how they grow strong. That's how they grow strong. It's one of the few things that we have to fight off negative entities, is you know, either to be more positive or add more positive things into your life. You know, you can say prayers, and don't get me wrong, sometimes prayers help, but sometimes they don't. You know, you just fight negativity with positivity. Sometimes that doesn't even help. Sometimes that doesn't even help.
Hold the line. Hold the line.
Silent Hill is a psychological horror, survival horror that deals with cults, negative entities, alternate dimensions, and terrifying monsters, ghosts. That's a short description. I'll have to look it up and see if that's on console or not. If that's on console, that might be one I go and get and stream. Again, the last couple of live streams I've had, I've streamed paranormal horror games, but I decided to take a break because a lot of my subscribers are war gamers. I've talked about going live with Phasmophobia. I've only played a little bit of Phasmophobia, but that's more of a ghost hunting game. You know, I played Ghost Hunter, where you go and fight ghosts with weapons and stuff, like energy weapons. But that game was from like the early 2000s, and it's very early 2000s. Very, very early 2000s. You know, so that might be a fun one. That might be a fun one. I'll have to look up and see if that's on console or not. I'm a console player. I don't have a good computer or laptop to game on anymore. Psychological horror survival that deals with cults, negative entities, alternate dimensions, and terrifying monsters. That might be a good one. I'll have to look that up when I'm done with my live stream.
Hold the line. Hold the line. Kenny.
That's really interesting, though, Alex, that you adopting two cats really took away the negativity or the negative entities. That's really interesting. Now, question I have for you, Mr. Stafford, were you in a more negative mind frame, or were you going through a really hard time? Because I know a lot of negative entities that I have dealt with have they really feed on your vulnerability. They really feed on your vulnerability. Even if you're a more positive person, if you're still vulnerable, they'll attack you and they'll feed on your vulnerability. His head was popping up there. Ooh, lots of Germans running around here. Ooh. The last time I was attacked by a negative entity, I was in a decent mind frame. I was a more positive person, and I was still attacked. So I'm interested to know if you were just more vulnerable to some of these demons or negative energies. I had a really bad work-related injury, and unfortunately, I'm literally incapacitated. Bleh. Without those meds, 12 to 13-hour shifts were with barely 30-minute breaks and only $4 an hour. Ew. Yeah, I mean that's even if you're a more positive person, going through that makes you more vulnerable to negative entities or demons. That makes you more vulnerable, and if you're just entities can attach themselves to us whether we like it or not. And if you're going through a time like that, they'll feel that and sense that off of you. And take advantage of it. Even when you think you're not vulnerable to stuff like that, you still are. It's a good thing you adopted those two cats. Bum 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 bum. Dun 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 dun. Ooh. Ooh. That's a German. Ooh. Bad work-related injury. Yeah, those are unfortunate. 12 to 13-hour shifts with barely 30-minute breaks. Yeah, that's not good. Points are tied.
We'll be back.
Great stream again tonight, guys. Great stream. Talked about some great stuff tonight. Great, great stuff tonight. I've been on almost 2 hours. I plan to go 3. I'm going to take a quick restroom break, guys. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back from my quick break here. Sorry about that. My back has 2 or 3 protrusions because I had to lift a 50-pound trash bag over my head into a dumpster. I'm only 5'4", so I could barely reach it. I was essentially wheelchair bound for 3 months. That's unfortunate. 50-pound trash bag. My lord. Should have had some kind of... Should have had something. If a trash bag was that heavy and he had to lift it over into a dumpster, there should be some kind of rule in place about that. About if it's that heavy, you should have had help. My goodness. Wants to switch me roles. Okay, I'll switch roles here. What's going on? Oh, I guess I'm a sniper now. We can snipe through no man's land. We can snipe through no man's land here. I gotta find a good sniper spot. Gotta find a good sniper spot. Ooh, got some sniper opportunities here. Oh, got one. Oh, somebody got me though. 2 or 3 protrusions because I had to lift a 50-pound trash bag over my head. That's unfortunate. Da-dun-dun. I'm going to go all the way prone here, see if I can pick some people off here. Oop, oop, stop moving. Oop. I actually got to kind of focus here being a sniper. Oh, we're attacking. We're attacking. We got 5 viewers out there, guys. Chime in, say hi. We're talking paranormal stuff. We're talking criminal justice. Talking about cold cases. Talking about border collies. Talking about cute border collie owners. Talking about some really good paranormal stuff. Really good paranormal stuff tonight. But thankfully, the doctors had mercy on me after wailing and moaning in the ER for 6 hours. They finally gave me the sleepy, happy, warm, numb pills, which so many people seem to demonize. The sleepy, happy, warm pills. Yeah, those warm pills are nice. I've had to be on sleepy, happy, warm pills in my life. Sleepy, happy, warm pills. Sleepy, happy, warm pills.
We're not giving this up without a fight.
Back when I had colon surgery. I had 7 inches of my colon removed. They put me on Dilaudid, and I was at Happy Land for a very long time. A very long time. So I know all about sleepy, happy, warm, numb pills. See if I can snipe from back here. See if I can get some good snipe kills. Boom. Oh, somebody already got that guy. Oh, missed that guy. Dun, 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 dun. Why am I singing the Marine Corps hymn? That's okay, though. That's a good hymn. You know, that's one squad I haven't played with on this game is the Marine Corps. Yeah, my country has conscription, but I'm a draft dodger due to a combination of autism and back problems already at the age of 19. That's unfortunate. What country are you from, Alex? I know you said your mother was Russian. Are you from Russia? Were you born in Russia? Or were you born in the Eastern European countries? I'm curious about that. In Estonia. My mom grew up in Soviet Russia. That's interesting. I don't think I've ever known anybody from Estonia. I don't think I've known anybody from Estonia. That's a new one for me. I haven't been in Eastern Europe. I've only been in Western Germany. So that's interesting. That's interesting. So how did you grow up in Estonia? Did she flee Soviet Russia and you guys ended up there? Or after this communism fell, or after the Soviet Union fell, did you guys move to Estonia afterwards? I'm actually very curious about that. It's fascinating. I've never known anybody from Estonia. That's fascinating. I still live here. Most Estonians are, and even a fair amount Estonian Russian speak English. Oh wow, I'll be damned. I'll be damned. Estonian. I don't even know how or what Estonia looks like or what anything's about there. That's the Balkans, right? Or is that the Baltic? That's the Baltic states, right? The Baltic? I don't know much about Estonia or Lithuania or what's the other country there? Latvia? Is it Latvia? That's fascinating. That's fascinating, Mr. Stafford. That's fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. Estonia. I've not met anybody from Estonia yet. Met people from Romania. I've met people from Czechoslovakia. I've met people from the Netherlands and Italy, but never from Estonia. Never from Estonia. I've had too many experiences with demons. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. I mean, you could tell some of your experiences if you're comfortable with it. Like I said, you're not going to get a lot of judgment here from me. And sometimes it's just good to talk about your paranormal experiences. Like I said earlier, it's really been helpful to me to open up about my experiences and talk about them. Estonia. I don't even know what kind of food they eat in Estonia. Is there some kind of Estonian food dish or something that we need to know about? Oops. Oh. Shot that guy in the chest and it didn't even phase him. Oh, I'm not using the infield anymore. I'm using the Springfield. Got some grenades to throw, too. The best ways I found to deal with negative energies oppressing me is my cats, my medications, a Bible, and holy water, just in case. Yeah, that helps for some people. That helps for some people. I'm not big on the Bible, to be honest with you. I'm not a Christian. I do not believe Jesus is my personal Savior and never will believe that. I believe God has given us all kinds of religious figures to follow. All kinds of religious figures to follow. The Bible was written, well, in my opinion at least, was written by men, middle-aged old churchmen in medieval times. They left out books that people don't even realize. You know, so the Bible, don't get me wrong, is a good guidebook to help people if that's what they want. But the Bible is just a book. I'm a spiritualist more than anything. I grew up in Catholicism. I love Catholicism. But I'm a spiritualist. I don't believe in Jesus Christ as my personal Savior. It helps. Don't get me wrong, it helps. It helps a lot of people. Demons tend to be shapeshifters. They seem to take the form of whatever you fear the most based on how strong they are. That I do believe. That I do believe. Again, your demons are a little bit different than mine, but that I can understand. And, well, you know, maybe, again, I've never experienced anybody shape-shifting into stuff like that, but that doesn't mean it's not true. I've seen plenty of demons. Yeah, it sounds like it. It sounds like it. So, oh, that's my own teammate. So, are you a Christian then, Alex? Are you a Christian then, or is it just, you know, do you use the Bible as a tool to help you ward off negative energies or demons? I'm just curious. Because to be very honest with you, some of the entities I've dealt with just laugh at the Bible and laugh at that sort of thing.
Let's go, man.
Got my 45 by my side. Oh, somebody just meleeed me. Great discussions tonight, guys. Great discussions. Great discussions tonight. Wonderful discussions tonight. Again, Alex, if you feel comfortable sharing your demon stories, please do so. I'd love to hear them.
Charge!
Wants to switch to the squad type Tommy. Sure, I'll switch to the Tommies. I haven't played much with the Tommy squad. Got another viewer in here. Chime in, say hi. We're talking about all kinds of cool stuff tonight. Talking about criminal justice, cold cases, border collies, cute border collie owners. Talking about the paranormal, demons, negative entities, paranormal experience, clairvoyance. All kinds of fun stuff. All kinds of fun stuff tonight. The stuff we talk about on my streams. As we kill some Germans. Or the Germans are killing us, actually. I don't know. Talking with Mr. Stafford here. He's Estonian. Estonian. Again, I've never met anybody that's Estonian. That's a new one for me. Fascinating. Oh, if we switch squads here, the SMLE. That growling hooded thing threw things around my apartment, a brush, my backpack, plastic dishes, a plastic box, opening doors and making creaks, knocking on the walls, and even attacked me, like physically. Oh yeah, I believe that. I believe that. I believe that 100%. A brush, my backpack, plastic dishes, a plastic box. That's incredible. That's incredible. The amount of energy that it takes to be able to throw stuff like that is incredible. It really is. Now, I haven't had anything thrown at me like that, but I've had money thrown at me, believe it or not. One of my last vlog entry, I talk about that. I've had entities steal checkbooks. I've had all kinds of things happen, but I've never had anything like a brush or a backpack thrown at me. That's a poltergeist or a demon. That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Opening doors and making creaks, knocking on walls. Oh yeah, I totally believe that. Like I said, I'll be talking about my more negative experiences in a vlog entry very soon. Like I said, I'm trying to prepare a little bit more for that because those are going to be big episodes. Those are going to be big episodes. It felt ice cold and I got really dark. I showed no fear, but it still knocked the wind out of me. Oh, yeah. I believe that. The negative entity that attacked me in Savannah, Georgia did that to me. It knocked me on my ass. It knocked me on my ass. That's one of my episodes I can't wait to make in my vlog. But basically it stabbed me. It stabbed me. And like I said, that'll be in a vlog entry very soon. Very, very soon. I was with my first wife at the time when that happened. And I was in Savannah, Georgia, just walking through the historic squares in Savannah, and I just had something run up to me and basically what felt like stabbed me in the gut. And I staggered, and I was like, I have to go back to the car. And I went back to the car, and I passed out, and I woke up, and it still felt like somebody had stabbed me in the gut. So again, I'll be going over that in a vlog entry very, very soon. Very, very soon. Felt violated. Felt very, very violated. So yeah, that doesn't surprise me that it knocked the wind out of you. That's the other thing about some of these paranormal shows. You know, they make it entertainment, and that's fine because people want to be entertained with that sort of thing. But people tend to forget that negative entities, they will attack and they will hurt you. People think they watch it on TV and they think it's cool, and it's really not. It's really not, because people can get hurt. You know, and people, yeah, it's fun entertainment, don't get me wrong, but they've got to be careful. You know, that's why when I watch some of these paranormal shows where they're baiting negative entities to attack them, it's like, that's just when people watch that, they think it's okay to do that, and it's not. It's not okay to bait the negative entities that'll hurt you. It's not okay to do that. It might be good entertainment. It might be good entertainment, but it opens you up, and you can get really hurt by that. You can get really, really hurt by that. So, I mean, veteran paranormal investigators might do that for entertainment purposes, for TV, but if you're not in the entertainment industry, don't do that. Don't do that unless you have experience with negative entities, or have experience dealing with negative entities, or how to handle it. Don't bait the paranormal, especially when it comes to more negative entities. If you don't know how to handle it, you can get hurt, your family can get hurt, your friends can get hurt. You have to beware. Just because you see it and it looks cool on TV doesn't mean it's the good thing to do. It's not. German squads running around all over the place. And yes, it was shortly after a good friend died from an overdose, and I was really upset. That's when it seemed very powerful. Oh yeah, when you're vulnerable like that, they'll feed off of that. Oh yeah, that's you were in a vulnerable spot. You were in a vulnerable spot, and they'll take advantage of that. Negative entities or demons will take advantage of that, even if you're a more positive person. That's when you're more susceptible to getting something attached to you, or even getting possessed. I need to use the restroom too, as well as brush my teeth. Be back in like, oh yeah. Again, Alex, keep talking about your paranormal experiences. It's been a lot of fun, bud. It's been a fun stream with Mr. Stafford tonight. Fun stream with Mr. Stafford tonight. Get to hear his paranormal experiences with negative entities and demons, and that's been fascinating. You know, so I guess something for everybody to learn that is listening in. You know, it doesn't matter if you're a more positive person or not. Things could happen in everyday life that leave you vulnerable to negative entities and vulnerable to paranormal attacks. You have to protect yourself as best you can. As best you can. You know, and I may not be a Christian, I may not be a devout or religious person, but there's things that you can do, whether it be praying, whether it be using, you know, if you think salt or sage helps you, use it. Use it. You know, with my experiences, most of that stuff, yeah, sure, it helps a little bit, but if you're going to be paranormally attacked by a negative entity, you're going to be paranormally attacked by a negative entity. It doesn't matter how much of a positive person you are. If they want to attack you, they will attack you. You can do things to help. Being more positive, saying a prayer, reading the Bible, having holy water, or burning sage, or putting salt around your room. It helps. But if you're going to be paranormally attacked, especially if they know you're vulnerable after a death in the family, after a death of a friend, after anything tragic, you're more vulnerable. No matter how positive you are, you're more vulnerable. The lesson here is just always be on guard. Yeah, work conditions aren't that great in Eastern Europe, comrade. Yeah, I bet. I bet they're not. I bet they're not. You know, and I hate looking at other countries as third world countries, but I mean, that's kind of like how it is. I mean, I've never been to Estonia or Eastern Europe, but I don't know what the working conditions are, but it's good to have somebody like you on here talking about that sort of thing. So people are more aware about working conditions in Estonia or Eastern Europe. It opens people's minds, Alex. It opens people's minds. So I appreciate you talking about stuff like this. And I would love for you to talk more about that so people understand and learn and know about other countries around the world like that. You know, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. You know, I personally don't see Estonia as a third world country, but maybe it is. And, you know, us Americans or us Germans or us Irish or UK, maybe we need to hear more stories about Eastern Europe or the Balkans or the Baltics and know, you know, maybe they are a little bit in more bad shape than what we think. You know, so it's good to hear people from like Mr. Alex that are from these type of countries to know a little bit more. You know, there's a lot of lore that comes out of Eastern Europe too. So it's good to have somebody from Estonia on here talking about this sort of thing. It's absolutely wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. We're all opening our minds and learning more tonight. All opening our minds and learning more tonight. Especially about border collies and cats and the paranormal and cute border collie owners. That guy took a bullet in the gut. And about criminal justice system and court cases, especially you know, like I said, growing up in the 90s, you know, it's only been the last 30 years that we've really seen technology really advance in that area. So we're talking and learning and opening our minds tonight to a lot of things. And that's good. That's kind of like what I want my streams to be. I want people to open their minds a little bit and experience the world a little bit through my streams. So absolutely wonderful stream tonight, guys. Absolutely wonderful stream tonight. I'm glad Mr. Stafford jumped in and said hi and talked about his life and his experiences, especially his experiences with negative entities and demons and stuff. Absolutely wonderful. Absolutely wonderful tonight. Especially after a Crazy day at work today for me. Again, I love hearing other people's paranormal experiences. I've got a few viewers out there. If you've all had paranormal experiences, please share them. Please share them. It's one of the fun things about being in the paranormal community, especially if you've had paranormal experiences, whether you're clairvoyant or not. It's fun to hear other people's experiences and stories. It makes you know, it lets you know that you're not alone. I've talked with people that have left comments on my YouTube videos that they've had paranormal experiences that their families don't believe them. And I've told, reach out to others in the paranormal community. You'll find support there. And I've found, and I have been fascinated and surprised at the support from the paranormal community, especially for people whose families think they're nuts. So, absolutely wonderful tonight. Absolutely wonderful tonight. Absolutely wonderful tonight. And what really fascinates me is I have seen some crazy stuff paranormally. I'm a clairvoyant, and I've experienced a lot of fascinating, crazy stuff. But other people's stories, whether small or big experiences, still fascinate me too. It fascinates me to no avail what the paranormal can do. There are times, even after all of the stuff I've seen and experienced, that make me go, wow, I can't believe that just happened. Do I need to question my sanity? I've seen a lot of stuff like that. But hearing other people's stories, especially from Mr. Stafford here, that, the paranormal always surprises. Always. Never a dull moment with the paranormal. It's never a dull moment, whether it's a small experience or a big experience. That's the other thing. Share your experience. If you're kind of shy about your experiences, you think people will make fun of you or judge you or whatnot, I'm a judge-free zone here. What you think might be a small experience might be a big experience to somebody, and it might help somebody. I'm finding that out. A small experience to me where I go, oh yeah, that's just an everyday thing for me, might be a big experience for somebody. And I'm really finding out that even my small experiences help people. So again, thank you, Mr. Stafford, for sharing your stories. I hope he comes back on and talks more about his experiences. Absolutely wonderful stream tonight. Hope we have more like this. Dilaudid. I bet it's like fentanyl patches, but yeah, she basically fled because her family kind of hated her, and she got. It hasn't come on my. Yeah, Dilaudid is just a weaker version of fentanyl. It's not as potent, but it's still very warm and fuzzy and numbing. It makes you happy. I wish I could see the rest of that message. See if I can. So I'd love to hear more about his mother. I'd love to hear more about your mother, Mr. Stafford. Oh, I didn't get to see the rest of your message, your last message. For some reason, it didn't come through. But I'd love to hear about your mother's story, Mr. Stafford. I'd love to hear about your mother's story about being from Soviet Russia and everything. And Estonian food is notoriously bad. Trust me. Ask any tourist. Yeah, share your mother's story, Mr. Stafford. I'd love to hear more about your mother's story. For some reason, it didn't come through on my live chat top message board. For some reason, I don't know. I saw part of it, but it didn't come all the way through. You know, it's more stories like your mother and my mother have that need to be told. Plus, you can make it kind of like a tribute to your mother. I wish that full message would have came on my live chat. I don't know why it didn't pop up. Oh, I got meleeed. Estonian food is notoriously bad. That's interesting. Wonder why that full message didn't come on my live chat. I hate it when it does that. Bum, bum, bum. I bet your mother's got a fascinating story, Mr. Stafford. I bet your mother's got a fascinating story. Something that you should be proud in too, by the way. It's something that you should be proud in. You know, despite what people think about Russians or Eastern Europeans or communism, you know, it's still something that you can take pride in. It's something that you can take pride in. You know, with my Muti, you know, she grew up poor in Germany after the war and made her way over here when my dad got out of the Air Force. You know, when she came back here, she decided to go back to school, and the U.S. government said, well, you weren't educated here. You were educated in Germany. You have to go get your GED, even though the German, you know, education system is just as good, if not as, you know, just as good, if not better than the American education system. So she had to go back, get her GED, and then go back to college and worked her ass off as a waitress to get straight A's while she was raising my little sister. So, you know, take pride in your mother's story. Take pride in your mother's story. And if you want to share your mother's story on my stream, you go ahead. You go ahead and do that. You go ahead and do that. Because it's something that you can take pride in. It's something that all of us can take pride in. Hell, sharing your story on my stream might help somebody that's watching and go, well, you know what? I've got a good story too. Absolutely fascinating. Oh, it's time for me to take another bathroom break. I'll be right back, everybody. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I'm kind of pessimistic. Eastern Orthodox Christian, mostly to be ironic. mostly to be ironic, since while there's a lot of stuff I agree with in the Bible, there is also a lot to go. Oh yeah, that's most religious texts. There's a lot of stuff that, oh yeah, that might be cool, and that might be useful, but there's also stuff that contradicts, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with doubting. There's nothing wrong with doubting. I don't know much about Eastern Orthodoxy. I don't know much about it at all, but I'd love to know more. Again, I might not be a Christian, and I might be very critical of Christians or more religious people, but there's still a lot of good. There's still a lot of good that can come out of organized religion. I am very anti-organized religion, but the Bible can still help people. Hell, it's even helped me with times. There's still stuff in the Bible that you can use and go, well, you know what? That's kind of a good point, or that's a good thing to follow. So, use it as a tool. That's all I can say. Again, I don't know much about Eastern Orthodoxy other than some documentaries I've watched. I've seen a lot of Eastern Orthodoxy symbols and everything. They seem to be more conservative, or more maybe conservative isn't the right word. Maybe more traditional. I don't know. I don't even know if they have saints or not. That's one thing about Catholicism I love, is learning about the different saints and everything. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff in the Bible that's very contradictory or you disagree with. And there's nothing wrong with disagreeing with parts of the Bible. I mean, it was written 1,000 years ago. Back where, they used things like, oh, well, that must be an act of God, when it was really just science. So there's nothing wrong with doubting. Nothing wrong with doubting. And you want to know what's fascinating is it took a preacher from the United Church of Christ saying, you know what, there's nothing wrong with doubting. There's nothing wrong with doubting. Or having doubt with some things. Or having doubt with most things. What matters is, even if you're not a religious person, you can still, seek some kind of spirituality. And that's all that matters. Maybe I believe in reincarnation, so maybe in this life, just because you're seeking out more information is a big deal. Maybe seeking out more religious things in this life will help you in the next. I believe that wholeheartedly. We're all on different paths with our souls and everything. And I believe our souls evolve just like our bodies evolve. I believe that's one of the reasons why I believe in reincarnation. You can't learn everything in a span of 70 or 80 years. That's why only one life has never really made sense to me. We're down here to learn. We're down here on this planet to learn. And you can't learn everything in a span of 70 or 80 or 90 years. That's why, like, reincarnation makes more sense to me, because we can reincarnate and learn something different each life we have. So just because you doubt something in the Bible now, or disagree with something in the Bible now, or something doesn't make sense to you in the Bible right now, maybe in your next life you'll experience why and learn from that. That's why, again, I'm more of a spiritualist than I am anything else. You can't learn everything in a span of 70 or 80 years. You can't experience everything you want to experience as a human in a span of 70 or 80 years. That's, again, why reincarnation has made more sense to me. Oh, I'm back to being a sniper again. to being a sniper again. One of my favorite kind of snipers, too. Oh, that's a dead person. Fascinating. I don't know much about Eastern Orthodoxy, Mr. Stafford. I don't know much about Eastern Orthodoxy. So, I mean, if you want to explain a little bit more about what Eastern Orthodoxy is all about, I'd love to hear it. I mean, I'd love to learn more stuff. So, one of the things I've always said is if God can reincarnate themselves or reincarnate their selves, himself, herself, whatever you think your God is. If God can reincarnate themselves, God can reincarnate anybody's spirit. So that's another thing that I've always said, that makes more sense about reincarnation. There was some Christian sects, especially in early Christianity, that believed in reincarnation. Especially if you're a good spirit or have good positive energy and you go, I want to live another life on earth, God. Why won't you let me? I'm pretty sure God would say, well, you know what? You've been a good person. I'll let you relive a life on earth. So, again, that's just me. That's just me. I also believe if you're just a good person, you'll have no problems getting into heaven. So, fascinating. What a great stream tonight, guys. What a great stream. What a great stream tonight. Hell, it's even helped me open up my mind a little more. It's even helped me open up my mind a little more, and I pride myself on being more open-minded, but I can still be even more open-minded. So stories tonight from Mr. Stafford and a couple of others, well, it helps all of us. Even the ones like myself who think they're more open-minded, it still helps us open our mind even more, or keep our minds open. Because you can close your mind off even if you are a more open-minded person. So thank you again, Mr. Stafford, for sharing your story. I'd love to hear more. Love to hear more of your story. Love to hear more. Just killed a stormtrooper. I like being a sniper. I like being a sniper. Shoot! Ooh, caught that guy in the throat, I think. Or at least I'd like to think I caught him in the throat. So I guess another question for you, Mr. Stafford, is maybe pessimistic isn't the right word for you there when you say I'm kind of a pessimistic Eastern Orthodox Christian. Pessimistic. Now, what do you mean when you say you're pessimistic about it? That's why I say I'm critical. Some people might see that as being pessimistic, but I don't see it as being pessimistic. I see it as being more realistic or more critical of something. Oh, missed him. Got a couple of people there. Love being a sniper. Absolutely love being a sniper. Not the best sniper on the planet, but I love being a sniper. I didn't know this little space was down here. That's nice. You could really come out and stab people with your bayonet there. Need to kill more Germans. Need to kill more Germans, more Germans. Come through my window so I can shoot you with my scope and my rifle. I'm gonna peer down my scope and shoot you with my rifle. I'm a big nerd, a big, big nerd. God, what a wonderful stream tonight. What a wonderful stream tonight. And I'll be going live again tomorrow, guys. I don't know what game. I was thinking Phasmophobia, but if we're having people chime in on Verdun, we might go more live on Verdun tomorrow. I don't know. I guess we'll see. Because I know I've been wanting to do more Phasmophobia. I've been wanting to do more Phasmophobia. That's more ghost hunting than anything. That's more ghost hunting. The host guy wants to switch roles with you. Sure, okay. We're having fun doing all kinds of different squad types. Go back to being a rifleman. Of course, I was having fun being the sniper. Run up here and just shoot people with my rifle. Well, hi, Miss Polly Kitty. How you doing, honey? Boop. Shunk. Got that guy in the head. Ooh, and I ended his kill streak. I like ending people's kill streaks. Ooh, got that guy in the head. Or at least I thought it was in the head. Over the top, boys. Over the top. Boop. Oops, I missed him. Boop, got him that time, though. Let's see, how long have I been on? How long have I been on? Oh, I've been on 2 hours and 33 minutes. Again, I was planning to go 3 hours, but I might stay on a little longer. I'm having a lot of fun. It's only about 2 a.m. It's only about 2 a.m. At least my time. It might be later or earlier wherever you're at in the world. I've got friends all around the world, so. Got a new Estonian friend. New Estonian friend. That's fascinating. Again, I've never met anybody from Estonia. I don't think I've met anybody from the Baltic states. I don't think I've met anybody from the Baltic states. I've met people from Romania and Czechoslovakia and a couple other places in the east, but not from Estonia. That's a new one. That's a new one. It's too bad that their food's bad. It's too bad that their food's bad. I'm all about good food. I'm a foodie. It's really, I like that show, Anthony Bourdain, when he would go to different countries and try out their foods. You know, so that's too bad to hear that Estonia doesn't have good food. And then there's Polly Kitty. I posted a picture of Miss Polly in my community feed and post a picture of Mr. Nico if you want to go see Miss Polly and Mr. Nico. Polly, I haven't taken pictures of her paws, but she's got really weird toes. She's got really weird toes for a cat. And when she drinks her water, she'll drink like a normal cat, but then she'll dip her paw in the water and then lick her paw. I've only known a couple of cats to do that. I always found that kind of weird. Well, hi, Mrs. Polly. There, you want to say hi to everybody? I'm talking about you. But she's got really weird toes for a cat. Really weird toes. Like her, like, real big toe, like, I don't know. This might sound kind of funny, but I've always tried to compare cat toes and stuff to our fingers and everything. So, like, one of her, so her toes The ones that I would say would be our thumb, they kind of stick out kind of funny, and it's actually really kind of cute. Maybe I'll take a picture of your claws there, Miss Polly, to show people what I'm talking about. I'm a nerd like that. I'm a nerd like that. She's laying on me and making this difficult to play the game. She's laying on me and making this weird. What you doing there, Miss Polly? What you doing? What you doing, honey? Oh, I haven't fed her treats tonight. Maybe that's why she's all rubbing up on me like, hey, you haven't given me your treats, you stupid bastard. I think she wants to lay on my chest. I think she wants to lay on my chest. She likes doing that. You're making this really hard for me to play the game, Miss Polly. Making this really hard for me to play the game. Oh, somebody's sniping there. I don't want to jump in front of him. He had a nice little sniper spot there. Nice little sniper spot. Oh, I got a bayonet. Maybe I can get some melee kills. Maybe I should run around with my bayonet a little bit. How about that? Make it a little bit interesting. Let's run around with my bayonet and get some melee kills. Ooh. I want to bayonet you. I want to bayonet you. Oh, somebody already got it. Melee kill. Got one melee kill. Melee kill. Melee kill. Melee kill. Oh, I got 2 melee kills. 2 melee kills. Trying to melee kill people. You were just drinking water, weren't you? Your paws are all wet. Still got 5 viewers out there, guys. Chime in, say hey. Talk about your night, talk about your weekend, talk about the paranormal, talk about cats, talk about dogs, whatever you want to talk about. Talked about a border collie tonight. Talked about a cute border collie owner. Talked about cold justice and criminal justice and cold cases, all kinds of fun stuff. All kinds of fun stuff. Cal jumped in and said hey after a weird night at work. Amanda jumped in to say hey. She wasn't having too good of a night, but she still jumped in and said hey. Chowder Hamster jumped in and said hello. That's how we got talking about criminal justice, was Chowder Hamster is getting a criminal justice degree. Oh. What you doing, Miss Polly? What was that dude's handle? What was that dude's handle? I gotta follow this guy. I like reading people's handles here. McNugget Lord? McNugget Lord. He must be a chicken nugget person. McNugget Lord. Interesting. McNugget Lord. Well, again, Polly the cat made an appearance, came and got some lovin'. I call it a drive-by lovin', where she rubs up on me and licks me and kisses me and Well, wants to get pet and then she runs off. A drive-by loving from a cat. Cats do that.
Let's fry him out of their home.
At least she made an appearance. At least she made an appearance. Well, I guess it wouldn't be an appearance for you guys, but it was an appearance for me. Okay, let's see. Let's get some more melee kills. I want to melee this guy. Come back. I want to melee you. I want to melee you. Oh, no melee that time. I'm on my quest to get 3,000 melees. I get a special medal to get 3,000 melees. Just kind of like I'm on my quest to get 4,000 watch hours on YouTube. I've almost got 1,000 subscribers. I'm up to like 825 subscribers. I don't know what I'm going to do for my 1,000 subscriber go live. I'm still trying to think about that. I know others do like a 24-hour stream when they get 1,000 subscribers. I thought about doing that. Well, that sounds exhausting, but I might do it anyway. But if you guys have any recommendations for what to do on my 1,000 subscriber stream, try saying that 5 times fast or 3 times fast. Please let me know. Please let me know, because I'm sitting here like I'm getting close to that mark, and well, I got to think of something special for that, because that's a milestone, getting 1,000 subscribers, whether you have that 4,000 watch hours or not. Getting that 1,000 subscribers, that's a milestone. So, like, as of right now, my 1,000 subscriber mark, I thought about doing a 24-hour stream. I've never done a 24-hour stream. I've seen others do it. But I haven't done it. So that's a definite possibility. But I like being a little different too. So if you have an idea about what I could do for 1,000 subscriber stream, please let me know. And I plan to go live with my paranormal stuff to talk about more paranormal stuff. I haven't done that yet. I was trying to build up my subscribers a little more to do that. But that's also an idea I had for my 1,000 subscriber stream. So, if you guys have any ideas, please let me know. Please let me know. Well, Polly the cat's looking at me again. She really wants treats. Maybe I should get up and give her some treats. Do you want some treats, Miss Polly? Or are you gonna run out of the room like a... Here, let me get you some... Oh, that's too many treats. Let's get you some... Yeah, oh, that's what you wanted. You just want treats from me. I see how it is. Miss Polly. Go ahead and eat your treats, honey. I get treats, and she's like, yeah, that's what I wanted, you bastard. Miss Polly got her treats. Miss Polly got her cat treats. Oh, gas. Gas. Mustard gas. Nasty stuff. Ooh, melee! I got another melee. See if I can get some more melees. See if I can get some more melee kills. Ooh, melee! Couple of melee kills. Ooh, another melee kill. 3 melee kills in a row. Awesome. Ooh. Boy, you really wanted those treats, Polly, man. She inhaled those. Oy. Ba, 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 ba. Ooh, better put my gas mask on. Thought it might dissipate, but it didn't. Maybe they shot a couple of gas rounds here. Let's see if we can go down here and get some more melee kills. Melee kill, melee kill, melee kill, melee kill, melee kill. Got a couple of melee kills. Okay. Run through the barbed wire and not get stuck. That's always an accomplishment. Hey, melee kill. Did I not melee kill that guy? Did somebody else get it? Oh, somebody got that guy. Oh, I didn't see the other guy behind him. My goodness. Werner Kirchen. Okay. This is one of my favorite maps, too, so. Melee kills, left and right. Minutes left in the match. We're actually winning this match. We've been tying most of the matches, but we're winning this one, so. Ooh, somebody got me. Theodore.
Let's fry him out of their home.
Bum, 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 bum. Running across no man's land. We've done a pretty good job tonight surviving no man's land, I think. Done a pretty good job with surviving no man's land. Where's that guy shooting me from? Is it from up on that ridge, maybe? Okay, let's go ahead and get down into the trench here, see if I can get some more melees. Uh-oh, got my squad there. Maybe run up here and get some melees. Oh, somebody's shooting me. Oh, somebody got me. Alrighty. Well, this actually might be my last round. Like I said, I've been on for almost 3 hours. I typically try to go 3 hours. Looks like most of my main people that talk are done talking for the night, so maybe we'll call this the final round. What a great stream tonight. I really enjoyed this one. Really enjoyed this one. Let's go ahead and finish out this round. Plus, I gotta eat something. I haven't eaten anything tonight. Okay, back in the trench. Let's see if we can get some melees again here. Oh, missed that guy. That guy's been getting me. Ozzy the cat. Ozzy the cat.
Over the top, boys. Attack.
Ooh, we got a foothold. Or no, they got a foothold. That's not good.
We're not giving this up without a scrap.
Oh, no, wait. We had the foothold and we gained the trench. Okay, cool. Oh, Iron Chimp. The cool thing about tonight is, one of the other cool things is some of these players that are online I have not played against. So we've got some new players on Verdun. That's good. Typically, I see the same people on here, but we've had a lot of new players on Verdun tonight. A lot of new, or at least new players that I've played with. Good things all around tonight. Good things all around tonight. There's a melee kill for you. All kinds of fun, good melee kills tonight. As well as long range. I spent some time as a sniper tonight. I spent some time as an MG shooter person tonight. Spent some time with some pistols, some rifle work. A good overall night on stream. Good overall night on stream tonight. Oops, somebody got himself a good melee kill there. It wasn't me. Oh, I thought I got that guy, but I guess I didn't. Oh. Dead horsey. Dead horsey. Two dead horsies. Well, sucks to suck. It's like a crow has been feeding on you. Oh. I thought I'd shoot that. There we go. Got a headshot on it. Good headshot. I think there was somebody coming down this way. Here, let me pop my head over the trench. Got somebody there. Got two people there. Got. Oh, there's a couple people in there that I missed. My goodness. Excuse me. 6 minutes left in the match here. Again, this is going to be my final match. Again, I've been on for about 3 hours. That's typically how long I go. If I feel good, I usually go more. But I would go longer tonight, but I do have to work tomorrow, and it will be another busy night tomorrow. So 3 hours is probably good. But I will be going live tomorrow. I have not decided what game I'll go live tomorrow. I was thinking about doing Phasmophobia, but I thought about maybe playing Verdun again. Again, I'm going live 3 or 4 times a week. I've been trying to focus more on my paranormal stuff, so I've been wanting to do more paranormal gaming, which I did. So maybe I'll do two paranormal live streams and then maybe 2 Verdun live streams. I don't know, just depends on how I feel. Depends on how I go. I've gotten way more support from the paranormal community. I didn't think my paranormal stuff would take off like it has. So, maybe I'll go live with Verdun again tomorrow. Do 2 paranormal live streams and do 2 wargaming live streams. Again, feedback from everybody that's either subscribed to me or usually talks to me online would be wonderful. If you want me to do 2 and 2 paranormal games and 2 Verdun streams. That would be great. Oh, we got Mr. Stafford back. Hey, I'm really sorry, but my virus headache is starting to get really painful, and I don't want to abuse my pain meds for obvious reasons. I need to lay down for a bit, but thanks for a stream chat. Oh, you're welcome, Mr. Stafford. I actually owe you a thank you for chiming in and talking with me. I hope you come back on my streams again, bud, and talk more about your paranormal experiences or more about your life in Eastern Europe or your mother's life. Again, I'll be going live tomorrow, so it was good to have you on here. I would love to have you on to talk more about your experiences, or if you have questions or whatnot. So thanks for joining. I owe you more of a thank you than you owe me. So again, thanks for joining in, bud. Thanks for joining in. I really appreciate you. Again, go get some sleep. I hope you feel better. And again, bud, if you feel comfortable talking more about your experiences, please do so. I won't judge you. So, no apologies necessary here, Mr. Stafford. You don't need to apologize to me. Three minutes left in the match. It's that time of year when people are still fighting colds, but cold season's almost over. It's actually 50 degrees here. Surprising. Melee, melee kills all around, melee kills all around. It's nice to hear from people like Mr. Stafford. If you guys, I know there's a lot of people out there that just like to listen in and lurk. There's nothing wrong with that because it helps small streamers like me when you do lurk, even if you don't say much. But if you're a little bit shy, you know, it doesn't take much just to say, hey, I'm lurking. You know, so I know I tend to do that when I watch people's streams. I tend to lurk more than anything because I just like listening to people. Sometimes. Sometimes their voices just calm you. You know, but it's still nice to say, hey, I do lurk here and there. I just wanted to say, hey, I lurk mostly. You know, I did that with a person I typically follow, an Irish woman, actually. Her name is her handle is the Anti-Tinkerbell. If you guys ever get a good chance, go check out the Anti-Tinkerbell. She's an Irish woman with a great personality. She's been streaming Battlefield and Arc Raiders. She's one I usually watch and listen to and lurk. So, nothing wrong with lurking, nothing wrong with just listening in, but it is also nice to know who is out there lurking. You know, even if you just say, hey, I mostly lurk, just say hi. Just say hi. But if you don't want to, that's fine too. Nothing wrong with being shy. Again, I tend to lurk more on people's streams. Like I said, I do that to a few people. "45 seconds left in this match, and then I call it a night." Again, since we're towards the end of the stream here, guys, I just want to say thank you for your support. Again, I'm up to 825 subscribers. It's probably more than that since I've been online. Thank you guys for your love and support. I did not expect this kind of love and support from either the gaming community nor the paranormal community. Like I said, I'm surprised at how much my paranormal stuff has taken off and the support I've gotten from them. I figured I'd get more naysayers more than anything. But again, guys, thank you for your love and support. Hit that subscribe button if you like listening in. That's what helps small streamers like myself. Small streamers like people like the Anti-Tinkerbell. Again, she's a wonderful person to watch. Check her out. She does Battlefield videos as well as Arc Raiders and a couple other games. Hit that subscribe button, guys. If you hit that bell button, that lets people know when you do go live or when you post videos. If you don't subscribe, that's fine too. Leave a comment. Leave a comment on how people like myself in the Anti-Tinkerbell can better their streams and build their communities. Again, guys, thank you. Thank you so much. If there's something you'd like me to talk about more, let me know. And again, I will be going live tomorrow. Right now, it's between Phasmophobia or more Verdun. But since I did do 2 paranormal streams, I might do another Verdun stream. We had a lot of fun tonight with my group. So, again, I will be going live tomorrow night, or wherever you are in this world, tonight or tomorrow night. I will be going live probably around 11 again. I do work tomorrow. And I'll be on for at least 3 hours. So again, thank you all. I hope you're all having a wonderful weekend. Come in, say hi tomorrow. And I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Thank you all. Have a good night. Or morning, wherever you are. See y'all later.